Tony from Backwoods Biker here. I've had some of you ask me if I've ever seen a mystery box from Alpha Outpost. Up to this point, the answer has been no. Until today. Hang tight, we'll look at it together. Alright, welcome back. Well, this is going to be a surprise opening for me as much as it is you. So let me just go ahead and open this real quick. Okay, and I know somebody's never fails. When I pull out a knife, somebody will email me, or 2 or 3 emails, and ask me what knife this is. This happens to be by Columbia River Tool. This is a CRKT. It's the M21 04G Kit Carson. Great little EDC folder. Keep it with me all the time, use it a lot. Alright, so with that being said, if I had a drum roll, we'd have it going right now. Ta-da, boom. Okay. Alright, here we go. This is full of stuff. Okay, now this box, by the way, from Alpha Outpost is $24.95 with a subscription plus $10 shipping, so it's $35. And I don't know what the value that they give on the box, but let's just go through it together and we'll be able to get a thumbnail. Because I just opened it, I didn't have time to have anybody do research for me here, so we'll look at it together. Is this worth $35? Let's see. Alright, the first thing I'm going to pull out here is a microfiber towel. That is cool. See that? It's got their logo on that there. Got the right side, I think. Yeah. Microfiber towels out in the bush are great because they dry very, very quickly. You know, they fold up nice and compact. You can use them out there. So that's good. That's about, I would say that's about $5. Okay, I could be off. All right, and then you have another Alpha Outpost hat. Okay, it's got their logo on that. I think last month they had one also, and a lot of guys are into the hats. You know, I'm not really a ball hat guy, but a lot of people are, and these are about $10. You know, a decent ball hat, and this is quality. Then the next thing that I'm looking at, oh, let's hear. This looks like, oh, this is Peppermint Buzz Lip Balm. Alpha Outpost logo, and it says lip balm to keep your lips as moist as she is. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I won't be calling up my contact at Alpha Outpost and asking about that one. But I can tell you this. Peppermint tastes good. As far as your claim is concerned, I'm not even going to comment on that, man. That's just a little bit out there, brother. A little embarrassing, if you know what I'm talking about. All right. Next thing up is, this looks like a, yeah, this is a fracture pack. Items in this pack is a padded splint, pressure wrap, tape, gauze, gloves, fast action use, padded splint, basic bins, wrap, tape, gauze, gloves. Okay, now for me, anything that has to do with keeping yourself healthy, you know, first aid kit at all, I'm in. And the reason is because experience has taught me that without it, you can find yourself in a bad spot. You know, even if you just have a small first aid kit, don't ever go out in the bush without one. And not only that, I think every vehicle, whether you're riding a motorcycle or you have a truck or a car, every vehicle ought to have at least the basic, I like to call them tragedy kits. You know, you run into a tragedy, I've got a bleed kit that I carry with me, and that's not made for boo-boos, it's not made for owies and ouches and little tiny burns. It's to save your life. And something like this would be a great addition to have And you know, anything first aid is expensive. I don't care where you get it unless you go to Walmart and build your own, and you can do that. But I would say this right here probably is in about the $20 range. So we're at 20, 35, and this is probably about $3, something like that. You know, so 38. And oh, look at here, we're going fishing. We have got some. Well, these are kind of big to be a crappie type of squirm tail. This is more like a bass, but you know, there's no telling. You put a jig head on these and bounce them in the water a little bit. There's no telling what's going to hit it. But these are a little bit bigger. And I would say that's probably about $2 right there. All right, so that's about $40 altogether so far. And then look at here. They're not only giving you the jigs, but they're also giving you Alpha Outpost Kraken monofilament line. It's 4 pounds, 150 yards of it. That's pretty good. And I would say that's probably around, oh, $5, I guess, something like that for a little spool of line. That's, what, 45? And then we got a tin here. This is Alpha Outpost finely ground wood fiber wax, produced and packaged in the USA by Fiber Light. Now, I've never used Fiber Light, but I've heard of it before. It's got a Ranger band all the way around it here. Let's take that off so I can get out. And I've never used this. We have our own fire kits here at Backwoods Biker called the SFK1 Survival Fire Kit. That's what I use. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, can you see that there? Those are fibers, and you can feel the wax that is in here. And all you do is take this out, fluff it up in your tinder bundle or your bird's nest, and hit that with a ferro rod or just your lighter, and it'll go up in smoke, man. It'll do the thing, right? Matter of fact, you know what? I have got something that I burn stuff on, man. Right here. So just hold tight with me. There you go. Look at that. So, we're going to do a little demonstration here. We're going to burn some stuff. Alright, let's just see this here. Put a little wad of that right there. And we've got the trusty cigar lighter. I've told you before why I use cigar lighters versus regular Bic lighter. Even when you hold it upside down, it's going to direct the flame straight down. A Bic lighter licks up your hand, burns you. So there's an extra lesson here. So let's see what this does. Look at that. And I'm sure that it would light in the rain as well because of the wax that permeates throughout it. But yeah, look at that. And that's way more than what you would need. Now, experience tells me that a tin this size of a fire starter is around $9 to $10. And how many fires does it say you can get? It does not say. But I am guessing by the size of this tin, I bet you could get at least 50 fires out of this if you do it right. So that's a great bargain right there. So that puts us at $50. Yeah, we're about at $50. And so while that's burning and just causing havoc in the studio here, we're just going to let it burn, gang. How's that? All right, now let's look at, we got some hand warmers. All right, these can be put right inside your gloves or on the top or whatever. Up to 10 hours of heat, the hot hands. I don't know if you've ever used these before, but these are about $3 a package in the winter time. And that's where we're at right now. You see I'm wearing this sweater and this warmer hat because, you know, we went from 85 to 35 like that, just overnight. And we love these things around here. I take these out whenever I go deer hunting. I've got some for my hands, some for my body, some for my feet that I carry in my kit. Don't always use them, but they're there. And they are also handy to have in your emergency kit for your car or your vehicle. It's so super important that you have things like that. in your emergency kit. So that's about 53 bucks right there. Oh, looky here. Here's something. This is an Alpha Outpost. It's got their logo. I'm trying not to burn myself, man. This stuff's gonna burn forever. This is the Alpha Outpost logo that's on here. It is like a keychain. This is that quick clip connect type of keychain. I've seen these before. Very easy to put stuff in. It's got paracord, and I would say that is, it's a cheaper version of a 550, but it's about 550. And just experience again tells me that is about 10 feet right there. That's all wrapped up in there, and at the end of that you got a carabiner. It's not a climbing carabiner, but it'll hook to your belt loop, and your keys can hang on here. Put it on your pack, put it on the inside. Yeah, anytime you got paracord, anything with a paracord wrap, that's pretty good stuff. I would say that's probably about $5 there too. So that's about 58 bucks so far. Next, let's look at this here. A 14-in-1 stainless steel knife, multifunctional knife. It's got a 2 5/8 inch blade length, and it's 3.5 inches closed. Comes with a nylon pouch. And I'll tell you what is in here. Okay, there's a knife blade, a wooden rope saw, hook disgorger, fish scaler, can opener, scissors, bottle opener, slotted screwdriver, tent reamer, nail file, nail cleaner, corkscrew, sturdy reamer, and Phillips screwdriver. You know, that's pretty handy. It looks like it's on the Swiss Army knife platform. All right, so we just yeah, I'm gonna get this out of the way now, because can you see that it all died out? I guess that was probably about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe something like that. And I moved it and it just started on fire again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of separate that. Man, it stinks, and there's smoke going everywhere over here. Oh, you can even hear that, dude. It's saying don't mess with me. All right, so there that is. All right, so now let's get back to the tacks of this. This is, like I said, built kind of like on the Swiss Army knife platform, and I would say this is probably about the $10 range, something like that. And the way I test these knives is really, I yank on the blades themselves back and forth. I want to know, is it stout that way? Scales are a little loose on here, but that really doesn't matter too much. But this is a kind of a knife that, again, you know, this is a knife that you would put in an emergency kit inside of your vehicle, right? You should have one of those bags. Matter of fact, I'm going to build one, and I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to do a video on that, because I think everybody ought to have one. But I'd say it's about $10 right there, so that's about a total of about $65. Let's see here. What do we got here? Oh, I know what this is. This is an emergency bivvy. Now, if I take this out, chances of me getting it back in here is going to be tough. But let's just give this a shot, because I want you to be able to see this. Because this is another item that I would say should go in an emergency kit inside your vehicle. All your vehicles ought to have one of these, especially if you live in an area that gets cold like we do. It's very, very stout. It won't rip very easy. And again, I am not going to open this thing up all the way, but it's emergency orange for signaling so people can see you. Let me see here. Let me see. À propos du matériel. Okay, I'm not French. About the material. The heat sheets material used in our emergency bivvy represents a more durable, quieter, reflective material than the traditional mylar, polyester, space blanket products. Okay, not subject to catastrophic rips. It's pretty cool. This is a good add to this particular mystery box. Okay. Now, while I'm rolling this up, let me tell you how this mystery box thing works. Okay. Alpha Outpost will send you a mystery box every month for $24.95 plus shipping. So let's just say $35. Okay, and so far, what was I at 60? This is a $20 bivvy. I know that for sure. I know how much these things are, so that's up to $80, I think. You just stay with me. But here's how they do these mystery boxes. Most companies do, and I think Alpha Outpost does it the same way. All throughout the year, they sell boxes every month, and it never fails that at the end of that month, not every piece of gear that they brought in to go into that box gets sold. So they've got stuff on their shelf at the end of the month. And what they do is they will take those surplus items, stuff them into a box like this, call it a mystery box, okay? And you don't know what you're going to get, and you might even get duplicate items. But my experience has told me that because of the fact they're trying to liquidate and recover some funds, that they're going to put you a good deal in. Now, $35, and I think that up to this point, it was $60, something like that, or $80. Is that what it was? So far, we're good to go on this, all right? What's the next thing in here? Personal water filter straw, okay? And this is, I don't want to open this up. I really don't want to open it up. 99.99 waterborne bacteria removed, waterborne protozoa removed, filters up to 1,500 liters or 396 gallons, flow rate 450 milliliters a minute, BPA free materials, no chemicals. This is, I'll tell you who makes this straw is Sawyer. Sawyer makes this straw. They make great water filtration products, and these are somewhere in about the $19 to $20 range, so that puts us at about $100 so far. This is another great thing to have in your car. People say yes, people say no. I say why not for that kind of money? Just stick it in there just in case. At the very least, have yourself some water available in your kit. But that is a nice little deal, and it's got their logo on it. It's a pretty neat little deal. So we're at about $100 right there. Then last but not least, we have a Primus Classic Trail stove. All right, and this is the Classic Trail powerful gas stove. Wind protecting pot supports. Okay. Well, let's look at these. I've never used one of these, but I do know some guys that have them, and I know for a fact these are around the $20 range, $20 to $22 range. So there you're at $120. Got some directions in here. There's something going on in this box too, right? Some wording that I can't even read, but I guess you don't have to. All right, instructions. But let's look at it. Okay. I'm still smoldering over there. So if you want to know if let me see again, Fiberlight. You want to know if Fiberlight works? It works. This is the stove. All right. Okay. It's got to have a valve. That's what this is. Okay, valve. This is made in Sweden. Okay. And I'm sure that this little guy goes up in yonder. You know, I'm going to make mention of this to you. This is important. You listening? Anytime that you have a female and a male junction where gas is concerned on these little stoves, get it lined up right and then snug it down well. Don't hank on it to where you screw it up, but get it nice and snug. That is key for these to work right, okay? And then, hold on again. All right, see there? had I opened this box prior, I would have known I had to have this gas bottle or gas canister in front of me. Comes in a nice stuff sack too. Okay. First thing I would do is remove this stupid tag here. Alright, let's get this going on here. And you know what I'm doing? I'm waiting to hear that. Psst. I'm not hearing it. Well, let's see if we got any gas. Oh, we got gas. So, now, it doesn't have an igniter built into it like a lot of the stoves do. It doesn't bother me because a lot of times, oh, looky there. Can you hear it? Whoa. I'm going to tell you something, man. That'll cook something. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I don't want to get too hot. Important to me about this is A, is ignition, and B, are they sturdy when you put a pot on top of it? Well, how would you like to see that? Because I'm that type of guy. And I'm going to show you a big pot too. This is a heavy pot. This is the Silverfire Mini Dragon pot for 2. Okay? Can you see that, how sturdy that is? That ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that's really sturdy, and it's got that little thing here for the gasification. But I forget what this weighs, but I'm impressed with this stove because it is very, very sturdy. Okay. Now I don't always take one of these out in the bush. You know, it just depends on what I'm doing, to be honest. Sometimes I have got a couple of these that I take out, but you know, this is a pretty decent stove right here. So the question is now, is this worth the $35? You saw me add it up. You can get on Amazon, do your own research, but I do believe that we're at about 120 bucks for all of this. That is well worth that. So kudos to you, Alpha Outpost, for putting together this mystery box. Because of the fact that, you know, we don't see a lot of these mystery boxes, I can't tell you what the next one is going to be like. But you know, Alpha Outpost up to this point has been a decent company and has had decent gear in it. Some of it's really good gear. And, you know, I'll be honest, some of it isn't really good gear, you know, but there's good gear in every box. And everybody's like that does these subscription boxes, okay? So don't judge them for that. But they are a subscription box that I could say, yes, they are well worth the value that you put in them, okay, the 35 bucks on this. And then for their monthly subscriptions, they're about $50 to $55 depending on the shipping, okay? And again, it's so far for us, it's been well worth it. We're going to look at one more box after November. We've already looked at the November box. It's called the Hearn. Had some spring traps in it. Had some very cool arrowheads made out of high carbon steel, different configurations. A frog gig was in it. Anyway, it's very, very cool. Make sure you watch that video. They've been right on the money as far as I'm concerned, giving you value for your dollar. All right, it's always worth more than what you pay, so we give them thumbs up on that. And there's going to be an article that Alpha Outpost will be involved in coming out in December. It's going to be a 2-page article that covers all the subscription boxes that we have looked at this year. And, you know, we got 2 of them that got thumbs down, 2 of them that got thumbs up. So Alpha Outpost happens to be one of the thumbs up companies. All right, so do me a favor, hit that subscription button there, and you will be entered into our monthly giveaways in December. We're giving away some sick gear, so make sure that you get your name in, and we'll make sure that you are put in that pot. And we're going to be drawing out 3 different names for 3 different gifts. We're going to be sending them your way. So listen, until next time, you ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe. And by the way, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next time. it.